Welcome to the latest Rob and Blakey Commentary Box podcast. We are loud and clear on Welsh football. I am the former BBC Wales football correspondent, and alongside me, as usual, the former Wales International and Premier League player Nathan Blake. Greetings.
Greetings.
And of course, we're coming to you from our home at the University of South Wales Atrium, where we're brought to you with the valued support of the journalism and media courses. Tell your friends that we're available on all social media outlets, Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Threads. Watch us on YouTube and get us on all your usual podcasts, including Spotify. Yep. And if you've not caught any of our best of series, it was good, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. There's some belting programs there. You can still catch them wherever you get your podcasts. And remember what to do. Enjoy, follow, and subscribe. Now, we're recording this on Wednesday, our usual recording day. And you should know, as the audience, that myself, producer Julie, and
the students busy
Nathan
in a way.
Here. Yeah, but we have a meeting, don't we? The day before the podcast. We call it a production meeting.
Yeah.
I know some of you may not believe that, but it is true. We have a production
biscuits from
meeting.
Australia and everything.
Yeah, and we plan a running order. And we did it last night ahead of the games involving Wrexham, Cardiff and Newport. And we came up with a running order, but Tuesday's results have changed that. So we will start with perhaps the biggest surprise, perhaps of this season, maybe. League Two bottom club Newport County, who gave their loyal fans just a glimmer of hope at the bottom of the Football League with a magnificent 3-1 win away to promotion contenders Salford.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to say Ryan Giggs, Gary Neville, BBC Media. Your boys took a hell of a beating. Media City, that's it. Yeah. Media City. Yeah. Your boys took a hell of a beating. What a win, Nathan Blake.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And I think I personally thought it was done. Right? I thought, it's over. They're not cut away, but I think what they're going to have to do, Rob, is back that result up with, 3 or 4 more back-to-back. Or at some point, they're going to have to put a run of 3 or 4 wins together. It's what got them out of the mire last year. And I think even if they do that, it'll still go to the wire. It'll still go right to the end.
Yeah.
But in order to give yourself that confidence boost of knowing or thinking you can get out of it, they need to get out that bottom.
What does a win like that do if you're struggling?
Well, it's great, but when you look at the table, you're still in the same place.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, I took sort of solace from the fact now you're, I think, a point behind Harrogate and 3 behind Bristol City, I think it is.
Bristol Rovers, yeah.
Bristol Rovers, sorry.
Well, in fact, I'll give you the table now because it's worth talking about. Because last week, after they'd fallen, to and the others had picked up results, it was a real worry. Newport were 5 points behind.
It was turned on its head last
Saturday. But now they're on 24 points, a game in hand over Harrogate, who are on 25. They're the bottom 2. And then it's Bristol Rovers, Crawley and Barrow, who admittedly have played less games than everybody else, all on 27 points. In other words, all within 3 points of Newport County. So they've sort of
that's what I'm saying, Rob.
They
if they can put back-to-back wins together or 3 wins together, they probably find themselves above those teams on 27 points. Yeah, so they probably find themselves, 3 places up, maybe 4 places up. And to look and see 3 or 4 teams below you also give you a big confidence boost as well. So, yeah, they've got work to do, but they need an individual needs to do something special, like an Opoku go and score 7-7, something like that. Or collectively, they need to go and win, 3 or 4 games.
Well, Christian Fuchs rung the changes last night, but Ben Lloyd came into the side. Scored a really well taken
Got a
individual
beautiful
goal,
goal.
didn't
Right foot, where
Had
he
an
took it away
awful
from
lot
the
to do,
defender.
didn't he?
And then his little mazy run past 2 or 3. It was lovely, yeah.
Yeah, and Nathaniel Opoku scored the third, at which point on X, the Newport County feed said, "What is happening?" Exclamation mark.
Yeah, because they've not seen it often this
No.
season. And it's away from home, and it's against one of the favoured teams. This is a team that's just come off the back of a tight result with Manchester City, right, in the FA Cup. So I think most people are fearing the worst. But to be 3-0 up, and concede a late goal, but to be 3-0 up away at Salford, I think is beyond everybody's dreams.
It is. What do you think? We've been critical of Christian Fuchs and some of his messaging. Results speak for themselves. But beforehand, he said every game is a cup final now. And that's what you wanted to hear, wasn't it? You didn't want to hear we're not in a relegation battle.
Because you are.
Yeah.
We hear enough non-truths day to day. We don't need managers coming out and saying non-truths, because fans, everyday people, just they've been in. Those who support Newport have experienced relegation. They've experienced the club going completely, so they know you're not going to kid them on. So you may as well. And listen, I'll tell you straight, Newport people are very straight talking. So just give it to them, tell them the truth, say what is going on, and you might get, like, I would have thought next game, if it's home, I'm not sure, I haven't looked, but
It is. It's Cambridge.
yeah, well,
we're in the top 3.
It doesn't worry me at all. I don't think anyone in that league is brilliant. Right? Bromley were at the top. I watched the Newport Bromley. They're not a great team. They just pile the box.
Yeah, they do.
Right? So there's no, like, you've got the top and the bottom, but there's no one that can beat each other in that league, which was evident last night. But
Well, is this to
I would
prove
say
you...
to Fuchs, it's like a war cry. You've got to understand the people of where you are.
Yeah.
Right? It's really important. A lot of our places in the UK, a council sort of, and those people have a sort of a different attitude to
Yeah.
So understand, it's like a rallying cry. When you get that, and like everyone, the team comes together, the town, the fans, everyone to get behind you, and it's us against the world. It's that sort of reaction you need.
What was interesting as well, Alf Pipe on X said they were disciplined in both attack and defence. He welcomed the return of Courtney Baker-Richardson. He said, "I think the 2 up front is the way to go now. Well worth a long trip from Newport. Wins like this are the reason why I love my club."
Yeah, I just want to see more wins.
Yeah. 178, I think, made it up there on...
Yeah, I mean, listen, they'll go anywhere, Newport. I don't think I've ever seen them with sometimes you'll see at Rodney Parade, like a team will come from a long distance and there'll be like 10, 15 fans.
Yeah.
I've never seen that with Newport anywhere in the country.
No.
They'll travel.
They do.
They'll travel.
I think it goes through all the Welsh clubs.
I think it does, yeah, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, Newport more than anywhere, and they're in a position to go away and not have more than 25, 30 fans. It doesn't happen. Even off the back of, when Dave Hughes was in charge and they were just going defeat. They're still travelling.
So they need someone to do, you said they need standout.
Something different, something
We said
standout,
last week they need a surprise win. Well, they've got the first
Now they
one.
need to back that up.
Does it help as well that in their last 6 games, they've got Crawley and Harrogate both home, and their last game is away to Barrow.
Because I think you're capable of beating anybody. Anybody in that league is capable. Like I said, the top of the league, congratulations to them. They've done fantastic. But they're not a great football team. You don't look and go, I see why they're top of the league. Well, You do.
You do see they're
You
the land of
do.
the giants.
Yeah,
aren't
but
they?
yeah.
But they do it well.
But they do it well. But
Yeah.
they just, they cross the ball from the halfway line. They just put it
Yeah.
on you, put it in the box and say, cope with our size and our stature and our strength, right? So the way to cope with that is out football people.
Yeah.
Newport aren't in a position where they can out football you. But they've got good footballers. It's a confidence thing. If they can go and put that run together of 3 or 4 now unbeaten, maybe 2 wins in 4, 3 wins in 4, then listen, they're in the game.
Yeah, they're back. I think you're right. That sums it up. They're back in
They're
the game.
back in
really.
the game.
So it's Cambridge home on Saturday, Fleetwood away, and then we'll see.
And I love being wrong. Because like I said, I thought they were gone.
Yeah.
Right? I thought the way the manager
You
was
must be used to
approaching
it now, mind.
I thought the way the manager was approaching it,
Yeah.
right? I thought between the two, the last manager and this manager, you got it all wrong. Like what you're saying is allowing your players too much leeway,
Yeah.
right? The only people who can get you out of the situation is those 11 men on the pitch.
Well, this mustn't be a one-off. That's the point.
No, I can't afford to be. No.
So let's move on to Wrexham. What a week. Through the 5th round of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Beat Ipswich. First
Yeah.
time since 1997.
Yeah.
They've been in the 5th round. And peach of a draw as they welcome Chelsea. I don't know if you saw on social media the excitement as Ryan Reynolds watched alongside Hugh Jackman. Bing, name drop. But he was thrilled. And then on Tuesday night, they earned a 2-2 draw at Bristol City. Actually, I think Phil Parkinson felt it should have been more. I was doing my usual watching 2-3 games at once last night. Better team in the first half. Ollie Rathbone
It's got a
tucked
cracker.
a really good goal. Yeah.
Great player, by the way.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
He's a beautiful player.
Yeah. It's
See his
interesting.
goal at QPR a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah. 6 goals for Rathbone now. And remember, he didn't kick a ball in the league because of injury until December. He has been
Creative as well.
He's really good.
More
isn't he?
creative. Like, I think earlier I'd said on the podcast that you need, if I was Wrexham, I'd be looking for creativity in my midfield. He's got it in abundance, man.
But he also runs and runs.
Yeah,
doesn't
he's got a sweet left foot. He's one of those players you'd love to play with. You'd want in your team.
he? Yeah.
If you sign him, you're like, does a bit of everything, but he does it pretty top notch.
So I thought they looked really impressive first half. Got shocked as Bristol City equalised early in the second half. Then they went ahead with an own goal, but it was a beautiful move from Wrexham. And then they got done just on the stroke of final whistle. Dying minutes, Max Bird scored a superb goal. All I'd ask is, I don't know if you've
Was that
seen
the
it.
volley from the edge of the box?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of insteppy. It wasn't
It was
laces, was it?
fantastic
It was a great
strike.
goal, yeah.
But he had an awful lot of room to strike it, didn't he?
I think pundits can forget that sometimes. If you watch pundits, listen to pundits, you can stop every single goal,
Oh, that's what managers say as well,
right?
isn't it?
You can stop. And I tell you now, you can't. You simply can't. Because if you did, the mentality of the game would be about, not scoring rather than scoring.
Yeah.
You can't. If I'm quicker than you and got more skill than you, and we're playing against each other, you're going to have to go some to stop me from having 2 or 3 chances a game.
So you've now sort of seen them in the flesh as well.
Who?
Wrexham.
Wrexham? Yeah, I've seen them a couple of times, yeah.
What are your thoughts now? They're just outside the playoffs in 7th.
I actually
They would have
think
been back in the playoffs had they held on.
that it's a catch-22 with the FA Cup. It's a hindrance at the time when you really want to focus on the league, but because you don't want to sort of give up that home form, I understand, and you keep going and it's better for you in the long run. I think the game, the FA Cup game, is definitely going to affect you for the midweek game.
Well, it's
And
going to
then
have a
you've got
knock on.
the Ipswich game back at home,
Yeah.
which will be totally different because They'll
be more tooled up, won't they?
Well, they made 10 changes, didn't they, for a start? So they've not shown you their hand effectively. So, listen, they're going to have to go some to get in and stay in the playoffs, right? And maybe the FA Cup game against Chelsea at home, fantastic occasion. But how can I say this? I want them to win, but it'd be better if they lose because they need to focus on the league.
Well, it's interesting that you say it could have a knock on. There's going to be, it's going to be interesting. Okay, so at the moment, the FA Cup is played weekend of 7th and 8th. Okay, so they don't know. I'm sure it'll be on TV.
Of March, yes?
Yeah, March, yeah. So they're due to play Swansea City on Friday, March the 13th, which is a big game.
Derby.
Yeah. With Hull at home on Tuesday, March the 10th.
Tough game.
But if they play Chelsea, say, on a Sunday, it's picked for Sunday TV, Hull would go back a day, and the Wrexham Swansea game would then be a Saturday night. All will be revealed when the TV schedules come out. All I would say, and I'm sure they'll cope with that, what I would say is you look at what happened at Bristol City. They brought on George Dobson, Josh Windass, Kiefer Moore for the last 20. You talk about squad depth. They've got that there, haven't they, at Wrexham? Do you not think? They're not bad subs to bring on with 20 minutes to go against playoff rivals.
The problem is so is everybody else in your league. So you're not at an advantage, you. If everyone's got a deep squad or everyone above you's got a good squad, deep squad, it doesn't give you an advantage, especially if they're out of the cup and playing less games than what you are.
Yeah.
You're playing more games. On one sense, it can get you into more of a rhythm. But in another sense, fitness, muscle fatigue, tiredness, all that kicks in. You know, you're gonna spend a lot of energy for Chelsea in you because it's your cup final. And if you can beat them, then, you know, the next round is even bigger and better. And I understand all that. And I would want all that if I'm a player. But also, we want the other prize, which for us is a bigger prize. Realistically, we're not going to win the FA Cup. But realistically, we can get promoted.
Yeah. But they're right there with playoffs. Despite
no. Listen, listen.
They knocked out Forest on
penalties. Absolutely. You're not going to convert me because I was the one saying to you they're going to the playoffs, right? So I already know. What I'm trying to explain to you is where they are at this moment in time is it's a nice problem, but it's a problem. Yeah. I guarantee you, behind closed doors, if you said to Phil, right, is this like, if you've got a realistic chance of winning it, I want to be in it. Realistically, you know what I mean? It's a Leicester winning the Premier League. It's Wigan winning the FA Cup. It's probably the only I can remember what I would call like a lesser team.
Yeah.
For the last 30 years, maybe.
Cardiff got there in 2008. Didn't they?
Won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not a hindrance. It's a drag. Do you understand what I mean? Okay. If they were out of the FA Cup earlier and people have forgotten about that now, you would just be focusing everything on the league, right?
Yeah.
And your squad depth is great.
It's like at Cardiff, nobody worries about them being knocked out of the FA Cup.
Nobody, right? They had a decent League Cup run, but they're out now, focus on the league, right? It's what they're saying about, listen, they're saying it about Manchester United.
Yeah.
Manchester United are up high in the Premier League for the first time in I don't know how long. Why? Because they got nothing else to play for. No European competition, and like I say, that night against Ipswich takes it out of you. Yes, you're paid and players and you've got a squad and all that, but it's an emotional, drain on, when your focus wants to be the league really and truly.
Okay, and Saturday they got Ipswich at home, which would be a belter, wouldn't it?
It'd be a totally different game to the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
10 changes Ipswich made. I think Wrexham made 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Wrexham off the back of travelling to Bristol, long way back, got a good result. But now the animal you're facing is it's the same animal with a different costume on. Do you know what I mean?
Never heard that one before.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough. It'll be a tough game.
How many animals wear costumes? We won't go there. It's just split in hairs.
Yeah. You take my point, though.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Others may not, but I do.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's a game that, because what I find about Wrexham is they're gutsy.
Yeah.
Listen, you're not going to roll over them.
Like their manager was as a player.
You're not going to roll over them. You know what I mean? Even though I'm saying like tiredness and that, they will keep going. But there's no way you can say if when I keep exerting this energy, that come the last like 8-10 games, I am where, say, others around me who went out the FA Cup earlier and haven't played an extra 3 or 4 games. Doesn't sound much, but like I say, it's not just the game, it's the emotion around the game. Chelsea would be like, the excitement already, I guess, I'm not online, but I guess the excitement when that draw came out was like through the roof. You mentioned Ryan Reynolds or something like that. Right. So already it's like it's down because it's not just the fixture. Imagine you beat them. If you beat Chelsea, it's like an energy injection.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you lose, it doesn't deflate you because you've got the league to focus on, but it does take a lot out of you.
No, probably what I would say is that I'm sure there's other big nights coming up at the Kairos because they're a club on the up. We'll, as we've said before, and you're still sticking by playoffs, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I'll stick there. Okay. I'll stick there.
Swansea didn't play on Tuesday night, so they're licking their wounds after another away defeat, this time at Derby. A year ago, Luke Williams was sacked as manager. Swans, 17th in the championship.
Happy news for you all people.
Well, yeah. A year and 2 managers on, they're 16th, 5 points better off, having played a game less. And they're still just 6 points off the playoffs. But we mentioned this before. I want to know what you think of this. Their biggest hindrance is their away form. They just won 4 times on the road. And what is it about travelling? You know, okay, you got some long trips.
It's home advantage. It's the same as if you're.
How can size?
Well, it's like in any sport, Rob. It's like in any sport.
How can size be so different?
Have you been watching the Olympics, the Winter Olympics? Italians,
or they're on a slippery slope. Those
Italians are on it because you're at home.
Right.
It's inspirational. You know, when you see World Cups.
So like that night of the Olympics
countries.
in 2012 when GB had all those golds in a.
Remember Kathy Freeman?
Yeah.
Gone to a different place.
Yeah.
In her brain. It's home advantage. You've got 20,000, 30,000 with you against maybe your little 1,000 in the corner in this team. I train on this pitch. I know this pitch.
Do you feel exposed as players away from home in some places?
No, not exposed. It's just like you.
So is your mindset different though?
No, but you know, he's at home.
I'm trying to think. Like
when you were a kid, you probably haven't had this, but as a kid, you'd have a ruck with someone, and if you had to go from your estate to theirs, it was going to be a tougher fight than it would be if it was at yours.
I told you I was a lover, not a fighter when I was a kid. How many times have I told you this?
It's just I don't know what it is, but it's the psyche, right? You're going to go against the person or the team plus everything behind them, and they're at home.
You'll be pleased to know they're playing Bristol City at home this weekend.
And Bristol City, they're okay, but Swansea as well, their home form's not good enough.
Well, they've done all right under Matos.
All right, we're talking. Well, you're having.
Oh no, they've done better than all right.
Yeah. But you're having to. Are we talking about playoffs and promotion, or are we just talking about the season so far?
Well, I think
if
when
we're talking
Vito
playoffs
Matos came in, I think Swans fans would have settled
If we're
for
talking playoffs and
looking
promotion,
up rather than looking
if we're
behind.
talking playoffs and promotion, they still gonna have to be better at home.
They've got to continue their home form, I'd say.
You got to, over the course of the season, if you want to get promoted, at home you can maybe lose 3 games, maybe draw 3, something like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that
I know
sort
what
of
you're
form.
saying.
But then away from home, you've got to be able to win, draw, and the odd defeat. A
Vito
promotion.
Matos inherited a
I know
position
what
where
he inherited.
they were
I'm
looking back.
not talking about that. I'm talking about the here and now. I'm talking about, you're asking me, you're mentioning the playoffs all the time.
Well, because they're 6 points away. There's loads of other clubs in between them. It says something. 6th to 16th is 6 points.
Yeah.
And
You've been in the game. I don't understand what you're saying because you've been in the game a long time. So you know that. So if they're in 16th.
I said, yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of traffic. I agree.
Yeah, to get through.
I agree.
Remember when Wrexham were like, they kept fluctuating between like 8 and 12 and then they'd have an opportunity to get to the playoffs and then they'd miss it. And it took months.
Yeah.
For them to catch up and overtake.
And
then the thing is, when you're in there, if your form drops, you drop back out like Wrexham did. You then got to kick on and your form has got to be better. You've got to score more goals. You've got to play better in order to then create yourself a gap and a cushion for the chasing pack not to catch you. For Swansea to get into the playoffs, like we're talking...
Oh, it'd have to be a phenomenal run. I agree.
Like so if I said, Wrexham or Swansea for the playoffs, which are you going for?
Of course I'm going to go for
Right,
Wrexham.
so I'm like mentioning playoffs for Swansea at the moment. Let's just look at their form and get them on a run. Do you know what I mean?
Let's look at their form.
When they're on a run, then we can seriously sit down and go, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
There's a good chance here, right?
Okay, well, they're without Marcus Stamenic in the next 2 games because he's gone over the 10 bookings. And the next game after Bristol City this weekend is Preston next Tuesday.
Strange team, Preston.
Where one Calvin Cordazar Broadus Jr. will be in attendance, a.k.a. Snoop Dogg.
Oh, okay.
Makes his long-awaited debut at the Swansea.com.
Brilliant.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people have said, when's he going to turn up? Well, we now know it's going to be next Tuesday. Think that'll have an impact? Like, I know where I'll be watching.
It was a footballing impact.
Well, what will it do for the players, do you reckon? There'd be a buzz there, won't there? You're talking about home, getting a buzz at home.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, it'd be a buzz if you love hip hop. Well, having Snoop Dogg, one of the greatest
this is what
to
I
ever
think.
do it. I
mean,
mean,
listen to this.
I'd love to meet him on a hip hop. Like, if he came on our podcast, you could ask him a few questions about Swansea, but I'd be talking about Eazy and Dr. Dre and Tupac Shakur and Ice Cube. I'd be looking to get into the life of,
if I get the chance to
MC
speak
Ren
to
and
Preston,
stuff like
I'll
that,
say Nathan
NWA and
Nathan Blake wants to give me
your
answer on, give me your thoughts on Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Well, we know what is Dr. Dre, but I want to know what it was like growing up then times.
See, I think I wrote down what I thought because I was thinking about this yesterday. What will I be expecting on Tuesday night in the home game against Preston when investor Snoop Dogg turns up? And I think it'll be quite an experience to witness the dog world of Snoop in Swansea. Vito Matis' side will no doubt play a defensive deep cover to help ensure they win, allied to football, which they hope will be beautiful. And if they drop it like it's hot, I'm sure Snoop will be the life of the party. And afterwards, where of course gin and juice will be the order of the day, before everyone at the club will move on to the next episode of Life with a Rap Star. And I guarantee the one thing Snoop won't have to do next week is ask any Swansea fan, who am I? What's my name? Clean
Snoop
that up.
Froggy Dog.
as he makes his entrance.
Mm-hmm.
How many Snoop tracks are in there?
I reckon I'm going to say 10. You got
Oh, close. 8.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah.
I thought I worked on that for an hour. Like
He'll come on the show. All you got to play is, this is DJ Easy Blake. And you'll know
Okay.
exactly what you're talking about. Should have a giggle. And I think that will, along with your paragraph there.
I'll send it to him. Send the audio.
Yeah.
And just before we leave Swansea,
Or get a Doberman. He loves
No,
Dobermans.
I wouldn't be doing that. He turns into
Just
a
borrow
Doberman,
one.
doesn't he?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, you're there. Yeah. You'll be watching all the hip hop videos. What are you waving at? People do that. It's not that. Put your finger. It's that.
All right,
I see people go like this all the time, and I think it's nothing to do with your wrist.
That's lost to people listening to this
it's your
on
finger.
Spotify or wherever else they get their podcasts.
Lick a shot. You never heard of that? Lick a shot.
It's
Dominoes.
an education with you.
Yeah.
It is an education.
Yeah.
And I got a car journey with you this weekend as well.
Yeah.
So,
it's a first in a while.
Yeah. Before we leave Swansea, new deals for Jay Fulton, who I think is, well, I thought might be on his way out, but Vito Matos obviously rates him as someone who can bottle up a midfield.
Just goes to show in how different managers like different players for different reasons. And I always say, if a manager got confidence in you or loves you, that's what we say, manager loves you. If manager loves you, then you perform to a different level.
And Andy Fisher, after only 5 cup appearances.
Good for him.
Yeah, gets a new deal too. And we talk about the trip where we're about to have. You and I are going to Plymouth this weekend.
Nice place.
Yeah, we're
nice
in a different
people.
commentary box to this one.
Yeah.
Nice
food too.
Yeah, hopefully. League One, Cardiff City, still top. Seemingly inexorable march towards promotion.
Absolutely purring. Best footballing team outside the Premier League.
Really?
Best footballing team I've seen. And I've watched championship games, League One games, League Two games. Best footballing team outside the Premier League.
Well, they were 4-1 winners over Wimbledon in midweek.
And listen.
That was, for those listening.
Hamlet. Remember Hamlet?
Okay, yeah.
You got to be a certain age.
That was a Simon
The kids
show.
won't understand.
They were in smoking cigars.
Yeah.
Although we do not encourage smoking in this.
No. But it's a football terminology. They got a cigar on.
To be fair to Wimbledon, they give it a go.
Remember the home game down there where they thought they could bully Cardiff?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
I think that was quite a big win for Cardiff.
That was a statement win.
Yeah.
For Cardiff down there, and look at the gap between the two since.
That's right, and it was interesting. Brian Barry Murphy, the Cardiff manager, said afterwards he was uneasy about the Wimbledon game. I suspect with memories of what happened away, but then it was 1-1 at half time. Then they stepped it up, and it's 16 goals now in their last 5 games. Joel Colwell put them ahead with a beauty. Perry and G header. Ollie Tanner took them clear. And then Omari Kellyman sealed the win with a really well taken goal again.
Lovely little ball. Oh, got to give the boys a lovely little ball around the corner from Robertson.
Yeah. On X, Matt says, "Don't see anyone stopping us now. I have high hopes this football and young squad, brackets with big additions sprinkling, can definitely translate to more open championship football." Gareth on X says, "Cardiff now 150 to 1 on for promotion with the bookies. Cardiff's target has to be 100-point mark. 10 wins from 14 tough is a tough ask, but doable." And John T.M. Williams said, "It's getting too easy for the Bluebirds, outclassing all opposition. When they're lethargic, only chance for opposition is cashing in on our errors." And you'd probably say, with a 4-point lead over Lincoln, who still have to go to the Cardiff City Stadium, but so far clear, 12 points clear of Bolton in third. It is complacency, really.
Absolutely.
Can only get to
Said
is the
it
only
last week.
danger, isn't it?
Yeah, said it last week. It's when Cardiff get complacent or start the game like, almost trading blow for blow rather than starting the game up on top level. That's what happened the other day when they went down to 10 men. They kicked them into a different gear. Rotherham just couldn't live with them. Simple as that. But, I think we laud BBM, and so we should. I also think, his backroom staff, like Lee Riley and Gavin Ward. Wardy's a friend of mine, and he wouldn't thank me for saying it, but, the tech guys, Lee Riley, he's up a lot out of that seat. He's a very, very good coach as well. He's probably someone who will probably appear as a manager or a head coach somewhere as well. So they got so much going for them. The only thing that they need to guard against is complacency, because they're too good individually, but as a team, you look, right, like if I said to you, Trot, how many times what he's done this season, unbelievable. Capaccio, brilliant, assists early on. NG, goals, assists, like Robertson, the tackle last night, or like the block last night.
Oh, some of the blocks last night.
Right.
Because Wimbledon had as many.
Yeah. But you go through each individual player, right? King, Lawler, Bagan, Wintle, Kellerman. How good is Joe Cole, by the way? You can go through them all. Willock,
Well, again, and I was there on Saturday for the Luton game, which I imagine Jack Wilshere regrets saying, we think we're as good as Cardiff.
Yeah, you can think what you like.
They were outplayed.
Well, at the same time, it's just we've said, you've got to say the right things, right? And you're trying to boost your team, but you're not.
And I can't say the chant that the Cardiff fans sang on it to Jack Wilshere, but it was along the lines of, a patch on Aaron Ramsey. But what I would say is that as well as a good win, Ruben Colwell came back. Dylan Lawler came back. Still without Yusuf Salak. Been missing for 5 games and will miss more. But as I said, they've scored 16 goals in those 5 games. So I sort of
do you know why, though?
Say they don't need him, but they'd love him back.
Do you know why they're scoring more goals?
You tell me, Nathan Blake. You tell me why Cardiff is scoring more goals.
It kind of clicked in at Rotherham when they went down to 10 men.
Yeah.
So they play with the 2 wide men, and they play with like a box 4, right? So they have like Robertson and Wintle, and up higher they got Colwell and I forget the other person, Kellerman. But that 4, like Colwell and Kellerman, and sometimes Robertson, sometimes they end up with a front 5.
Yeah,
Cardiff,
they do.
right? They can rotate, they can go anywhere. As soon as they lose the ball, they're back into their shape, because people like the 4 of them, that box can all run. Athleticism, brilliant, right? What the opponents don't recognise, in like last night, is that your centre halves got nobody to mark. But then they're at the level where they're not good enough to come out and demand and play with the ball, or step into midfield.
Yeah.
So effectively, when you got the ball, if you don't use these 2 centre halves, you're effectively, playing with 9 men. Cardiff maximise this.
Yeah, they do.
Right? So Willock on the one side, who was quiet last night. Tanner, who's been brilliant this season, but can get better. Tanner. So I still think his final ball can improve.
I agree with you.
And I still think when he gets possession around the halfway line sometimes and he nudges a pass inside, he's a bit lax with it sometimes. But the higher you go, he's going to have to improve that.
I feel really sorry for Keane Ashford not being in the side.
But that's the beauty of the game, exactly. Right? That's what we want.
Exactly.
We don't, trust me, don't feel sorry for him. You got to get after it. Capaccio, NG's come in and basically gone, no, I'm the daddy.
Yeah, quite.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's for the young kid now to go, no, I'll show you. Because he's up there with assists. He's had great moments. That's what I'm saying. Kellerman. It doesn't matter if it's Wintle, Kellerman, NG, Salak, Willock, Tanner, Ashford. They've all had their moments all over the season. So they either beat you with 2 or 3 players who are brilliant on the day, or collectively they're brilliant.
So, well, as I said, you and I will be heading to Plymouth this weekend.
Tough game, though, because they good result last night.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Good,
they are.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a game.
It is, yeah.
It's going to be a hell of a game. Nice pitch. Always a good bunch of fans where they do get about 15,
and we'll be on
16,
a radio
don't
station near you, won't we?
Yeah, we will,
Yeah,
mate.
we will.
Yeah.
In another commentary box, as I said. So, talking about among the goals, Merthyr, 7-1 winners over Bedford. Having fallen behind, John Garrick, former Swansea player, actually, as I recall, former Bradford Bulls Rugby League sort of trainee.
Great to see him
Pod
back
favourite Lewis Twamley scored.
Yeah.
Garrick got 2. Cameron Cox, Keegan Wright, Tom Handley, Tate Xavier Jones got the rest. Lewis made the league team of the week. The League North team of the week.
Surprise, so we should.
And of course, this is all remembering that, and you made this point before, but it's worth saying again, they lost Cole Jarvis to Newport at the end of the window and Ricardo Reese to Forest Green at the start of the window. And he is still top scorer in the league with 25 goals.
Yeah, well, I doubt if anyone will surpass that. If they do, it's 25 plus goals in a season is a hell of a season. So
they go to Alfreton on Saturday, and then before a trip to Leamington next Tuesday. They are 8 points ahead of Radcliffe in 4th. Remember, the first go up automatically, then the second and third wait for the playoffs. So they're looking really good, Merthyr. It's a real credit
for a playoff, and then it's a gamble, right? You just don't know who comes out of it. But I think with their budget to get where they are is fantastic. What they got to make sure it's not a 1 season sort of 2 season thing. They've got to. So they've sold players, made money. It's now you've got to find players, other rough diamonds, bring them in. Try and keep hold of your manager for as long as possible.
Yeah.
And try and build this momentum into sort of a sustainable way of approaching. So the club is National League and then pushing for League 2. I mean, how great would that be?
Oh, it'd be fantastic.
Merthyr, Newport, Wrexham, Cardiff, Swansea, 5 teams in there.
Yeah.
That would be just, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. So
I think,
fingers crossed, man.
I think fantastic is the word you're looking for there. But you say whoa.
No, I
don't
say,
mind.
There's a bad team in town, they were whoa. I
All
say,
right,
whoa.
okay. I'm learning so much today.
Play that to Snoop, you know that too.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, the guy who sang the song is called Black Rob.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Well, you're there.
You are what you feel. Right, this is the Rob and Blakey Commentary Box podcast. We're available on all social media outlets. We're loud and clear on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, Threads. Watch us on YouTube or get us on all the usual podcast outlets, including Spotify. And remember, enjoy, follow, and subscribe. That's important. James Clarke left Newport in January. He's now joined Cardiff Met as a player coach on an 18-month deal.
Good experience.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, good enough for him. Take
A lot
his
of know-how,
experience
isn't
over
he?
there.
A lot of know-how.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't teach the defender's mind out the dive. He's too my head in with him. He's a defend and like dive all the time. And referees started clocking it, and he had to stop doing it because he was.
But it's a good start for him.
It's a great start.
Yeah.
Listen, I thought he'd retired because he couldn't play anymore. But clearly, as a player coach, is he?
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to play. But at that level, vast experience to be able to pass on to, the most experienced players. If you've played only for the university or in the Welsh League, his experience coming down should help the university team to improve a lot.
Yeah, good. Cardiff Met were held 1-1 by Llanelli last weekend. There are also wins for TNS, Barry at Carnarvon, Haverfordwest, Penabont and Flint were held to goalless draws by Connaskey and Britain Ferry, Lansell, respectively. In the Adran League, Cardiff top by 4 points from Wrexham, having played a game more. They beat TNS 5-1. Wrexham's game at Swansea was off. In the Plate Conference, Britain Ferry ahead on goal difference from Barrytown United, who beat Aberystwyth 4-0 at home. And this weekend, Sunday, it's the final of the Gennaro Adran Trophy. It's Wrexham meet Cardiff at the Bangor City Stadium. And get this, Nath, Wrexham have announced they are offering their fans free tickets and transport for the fixture. You're always saying about the need to increase sort of the viability, but also the interest. And I think get the crowds up. And so I think our menu...
We should have gone.
Was this Sunday coming?
Yeah, we should go.
I can't go.
Oh, he's with his lady, isn't he?
No. I got things to do, people to see.
Yeah,
but
right.
it's a great gesture, isn't it?
Yeah. Should be a... what do you think, crowd-wise?
I really don't know.
It's hard to say, isn't it?
But Wrexham will always bring...
They're pushing... What Wrexham are doing is pushing the boat out, right? Encouraging.
Yeah.
Maybe Cardiff do the same. Or maybe put on 3 or 4 free coaches or something like that, to go up as well as
It's a brilliant gesture. So credit to Wrexham. It's Wednesday today, as I keep saying. Rhian Wilkinson has announced her squad for the opening of the World Cup qualifying campaign. 3 uncapped players in the squad: Olivia Francis, Phoebe Poole, both of Plymouth, along with Poppy Soper of rugby. But it's the first World Cup campaign for a while without Jess Fishlock, except she will be there because she's being brought in as a technical assistant. Rhian Wilkinson was saying today that she's with Seattle because she's got a new she's got another year there, so she's in pre-season.
Yeah.
So she'll be there for the opening game against Czechia on Tuesday, March 3rd. But then she won't be there for the fixture against Montenegro and Llanelli because of commitments through Seattle. She's a big mate of yours. What a great move.
As in bringing her onto the...
Oh, yeah.
That's a no-brainer, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't get marks for that. You don't let people go like that. She's the best footballer Wales has ever seen.
Yeah.
Female footballer Wales has ever seen. By quite some distance, let it be said. I never understand when clubs or squads, whether it be international or whatever, when someone of that ilk is available, why you don't try them, bring them in the fold in some manner, no matter what. I think credit to Rhian Wilkinson, though, because a lot of people will be thinking, my job. But she's not. She's thinking what's best for the team. The respect Jess has amongst the other players and what she's achieved.
It's quite interesting what Rhian Wilkinson said. She said, I know going from a player to a coach is quite a leap off a cliff, she says.
Yeah.
When the players, you have days off, coaches, you don't. Your day starts earlier and it ends a lot later. But great experience to Jess.
First in, last out.
Yeah, Kaylee Barton, who's working with the under-17, she's involved in the senior squad as well. And Rhian Wilkinson's just become a parent recently. And looks like...
Is she?
Yeah. And looks like mum and baby will be on camp as well for a bit of it.
Okay,
so,
congratulations.
Congratulations to Rhian,
big congratulations.
That. Yeah. So they begin away in Czechia on March the 3rd, Montenegro and Llanelli on March the 7th. We're going to do a lot more on that. Since our last pod as well, the Group A4 Men's Nations League, Wales,
Norway, Denmark, Portugal.
With Portugal, Denmark, Norway. Venice still to be decided. The FAW have mooted possibly going to the Principality Stadium? That was my thought exactly.
ain't
Now, let me
broke.
give their rationale.
I know what the
They
rationale
say-
is. It's money.
Well, no, what they say is they need to get... Wales are hosting Euro 2028.
Yeah.
They'll be playing at the Principality Stadium, and they
Yeah.
don't want to be strangers in their own home when they go there.
Yeah.
But there's a complication with this anyway, because Portugal would be the obvious one if you're going to take it there. But that's on November the 17th, and the Wales rugby team are playing New Zealand on the weekend before and Australia afterwards. So it's not going to be available. But I don't think Norway, despite Haaland, or Denmark would go anywhere near filling the stadium. And my big problem with the idea of playing there is that you're throwing away one of your ace cards.
Right. So you asked me earlier. Let's bring this sort of full circle. You asked me earlier, what's the advantage of playing at home? Why? What is it? Is it psychological? Is it the crowd? Is it what is it? And I was like, it's all those things, right? It's home field advantage. What you just say? You're throwing away one of your cards.
Yeah, I do.
They've done they've done unbelievable off the planet. You could say everything that we've seen since 2014 to date has happened at the Cardiff City Stadium.
Yeah.
Why you want to give that up, that advantage? Because I remember playing at the Reebok Stadium for the first time from Burnham Park. We go to the Premier League. To me, it's the reason we got relegated. Because it wasn't home. It was weird. You look at the stadium, like as a centre forward, you'll things like hoardings or certain parts of the stand to know where you are in relation to the goal and stuff like that. These are things that fans don't see. But I know that old stand there, if I turn and hit it, I know where the goal is without knowing.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm here all the time. It's my
I
home.
also think, as
Right.
I've said often, I think a seminal moment for Welsh football was when Ashley Williams came out and said, Cardiff City Stadium is our home. Wales is home. He was captain of Swansea at the time.
But I don't think that matters.
Oh,
Rob.
I do think that had a big part in bringing
I think
everyone
once
together.
you're in, you've got to leave Swansea, Cardiff, Wrexham, Newport,
And he did at that
Man
moment.
United. Listen, there's bigger clubs. You leave all that at the door. When you walk in with Wales, you're now a team, right? This is our country, fellas. The little battles we fight amongst each other, whether you think they're right, wrong, or indifferent is one thing. But we're Wales, right? So you leave that at the door. Your advantage is, since 2014, that stadium has become sort of, you've beaten some of the biggest teams in the world.
Yeah.
At one point, you've beaten what were deemed the best team in the world there more than once, right? Or got results against them. Listen, I understand playing there once or twice, but it's not going to be like playing there.
No.
It's just not. And, that's
And
something
I think
that...
they can have friendlies at the stadium. I know it.
Yeah,
Because I get they want more people to watch as well. More people would be able to
more
go.
revenue, right?
Yeah.
I totally understand that.
Well, what I would do if they pick a friendly against the team in the build-up to Euro 28 and just give away loads of tickets, cheap, like they used to when you were playing at the Arms Park.
That's defeating the object.
Do you remember that? 70,000 when Mark Hughes was in charge. 80,000, yeah. So, and it was done because 10 quid and 5 quid tickets or whatever.
I played against Norway in front of 80,000.
Yeah. So it can be done.
76, 77.
So it can be done.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't fill it. It's not a fan thing.
No.
It's a player thing.
Yeah.
So it's not conducive to your players to play at a different venue to what they're normally used to. You're not going to gain any sort of advantage there.
No.
Like I said, when I was at Bolton, we went to the Reebok. I remember playing Liverpool there. It was it was one of the first games we played, but it was weird. It was really weird. You don't feel like you got an advantage over your opponent.
Yeah.
Whereas at Burnham Park, which was a fallen down, pitch was wrecked. But if you ask the players, would you rather stay on that beach of a football pitch, which got bobbles all over it, for the Premier League season, or go to the Reebok on this beautiful, plush, lovely. We'll stay at the old rickety. Why? Because we know people don't want to come here.
Yeah, quite. Yeah.
We know it.
Okay, last topic. I know you're sort of really concerned about this, but Tuesday night we saw Vinicius Jr of Real Madrid
Oh, yes.
say he was racially abused by Gianluca Prestiama of Benfica.
Yeah. Let's not say his name because he doesn't worth it. He doesn't
But
warrant it.
We've talked about, you and I have talked about this. We talked about it on radio. We talked about it on podcasts before now.
Yeah.
What new can football do? What different can football do?
I don't think football can do. Well, I think they can do, but I think they're reluctant to. The game is littered at the moment with players who've got history of racial abuse. Whether they're coaches, whether they're in the media, whether they can say sorry and it's gone. I think what you've seen last night with the reaction of Micah and Thierry.
Micah Richardson, Thierry Henry on
was
TV.
I'm at home and I've got the same feeling. Anger, upset, aggressive, all these different emotions. And I think the first case I remember was like Viv Anderson back in the 70s, 78. We're now in 2026, right? And there would have been cases before that, but prominent England player. And the statements from UEFA, FIFA, Premier League, old First Division, Football League, whatever, they're the same, right? But if you look at the game, I look at black managers and lack of black coaches, right? Lack of, right? So it's not just, we're not just fixing this problem. It's endemic. It's ingrained in the game.
What can players do?
I've said for years now, and Darren Lewis of the Daily Mirror backed me up on this. I said for years, they black players had a little group, or quite a large group of players who were coming together and trying to do something about it a few years ago. And I said, you need to form a black players union. And you need to remove your services. So collectively, and I don't care if you're amateur, semi-pro or pro, across Europe. So Saturday's games now, if you're a black player, you stand down. You stand down, I'm not playing, right? And if it's one game, no problem, but you decide 1 game, 3 games, whatever it is. So you ban yourself then, right? Because I don't understand, and I'll never understand, how the abuser then gets punished. So he gets a yellow card
For celebrating.
for dancing, right? And then he gets racially abused. And then Mourinho gets sent off for being more angry at a football incident than he was the fact that one of his players had just racially abused one of the players he considers one of the best in the world. On top of that, it's Benfica, one of the biggest European clubs. Eusebio, one of their greatest, if not their greatest ever player, right? My question is, when you see Vinicius react, one, that is guilt.
You're talking about
You cover your mouth.
Pulling his,
right?
yeah.
Call it cowardly, call it what you know, but that is guilt.
Okay.
2, the reaction of Vinicius is guilt on the other player, right? So is it beyond then? Why is it that we go, oh, it's his word against his? Well, it is, but this action says something, and Vinicius' action says something, right? Why don't we just believe Vinicius?
Yeah. Well,
Mbappe has come out and said also,
yeah,
another black player. Why?
UEFA say have appointed.
I'm not interested in
inspector
UEFA. I'm not interested in UEFA. I'm not interested in FIFA. I'm not interested in Premier League. I'm not interested in EFL. I'm not interested in any association. I'm telling black players, I'm telling Thierry Henry's, Michael Richards, Vinicius Juniors, Mbappe's, we have to come together collectively. We have the power. Because even though he said it to Vinicius, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
My brothers will be hurt. My mother would be hurt. My friends will be hurting. Michael Richards is hurting. Thierry Henry is hurting. Why? Because regardless of what country you are from, if you're black first. Right? So the power lies with the player. If we've been waiting since 78 for the authorities to stop this, and we've had to then endure the same people who let it go, then say to you, oh, this is what the punishment is going to be. It's never enough. It never has been enough. And people go, oh, that's radical. It's not radical what I'm saying. You want it to stop, don't you? And you've given someone 50-odd years, 60-odd years to try and stop it. And the authority just keep...
Yeah.
I would say to you, if Jose Mourinho, why don't you call your player over and say, come here. Vinicius, come here. What did he say? All right, you off. And then Benfica go, do you know what? Him saying that to Vinicius is like saying it to Eusebio. Do you know what? We don't want you at that club. Out. And if there's another club want to pick you up, fine. But we don't want you.
Well, I've always said we're loud and clear on this.
You got to
podcast.
listen. Players got to take a stand.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not about if white players, Asian players want to join. Fantastic. But it's the players that are going to change it.
Yeah.
Nobody like these advice of go and stick one in their net. How do you know how I feel? I stick 3 in the net. I still go home and I'm absolutely devastated by what's just been said or by those set of fans chanting at me. Right? And you'll probably get people's reaction to what I'm saying now with racial abuse towards me. Right? But I'm someone who's not afraid to speak. Never have been, never will be. Reason why I left Chelsea as a kid. Never have been, never will be. You know, you can turn a blind eye to it. You can pretend it's not happening. But I've got children. And then they're going to have children. So it happened to my grandmother. And my great-grandmother. And my mother. And me. And my children. When do you want, when is it going to stop?
Yeah.
Right? Where does it stop?
Yeah.
And this is simply, the craziest thing is, you know, every person on this planet has some African DNA in their system. Every single one of you. So it's just melanin that where you live is out your skin tone. But you shouldn't be able to insult me to the depth of where it can hurt me like that.
Yeah.
And get away with it. Like I said, the game, top to bottom. Associations all the way down through. It's littered with them. So, and it's not about hierarchy or Thierry Henry is more important than John that plays for Pilarias or Spencer Boys. Because John who plays for Spencer Boys might be more eloquent in his approach and his detail and what he's saying than Thierry Henry. But you need to come together as a collective. And you say, right, if you're not going to remove it, we will. We'll remove ourselves because I don't want to be abused. Just to play football.
Cheers.
You can post that out. You can post that out. That's
No, I will.
No?
I've got to cover us legally by saying it's still alleged at the moment, but we all saw.
Well, it was alleged until
reaction.
Mbappe said what he said.
Yeah. But I'm
Unless
just
you're
covering
calling
the
Mbappe
podcast.
a liar.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because once you chuck alleged in there, we can all, well, just say you didn't say it, just, you know, right?
Yeah.
If a woman comes out and says, like, he's just, like, abused me, allegedly, bumps and bruises all over the face. No, it's done. Like, I'm more inclined to believe her.
Yeah.
Right? And in this case, tell me what you allegedly had to pull your shirt over your face to speak about then. Be man, stand up, be brave. You know, it's not going to clear because, and I know what you're saying, it's not me popping off at the alleged, but that is part of the problem.
Yeah, no, and you understand.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand why you have to say it legally, but at the same time, straight away, that's what I'm saying. It's ingrained into the law, Rob.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what I do now, I'm upset about what happened last night, and I might take that out on my way home with a bit of road rage from last night. I'm angry with someone, right? I then get locked up. I then go before a judge, and a judge will patronize me by saying, you can't take your anger issues on what happened over here on here. Who are you? You don't know what it's like to walk in these shoes. How long this... I'm 54 years old, and I can say to you categorically, I've dealt with this issue since the day I can remember, and it is like a weight on your back constantly. And even though you're my boy, you'll never know.
No, you're right.
Do you understand what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
Like I say, we were talking about an issue last night where I say, you can be friends with people who are racist, but I'm your friend. So how do you square that circle? How did it happen? Well, I have to accept that you're friends with that guy over there. But let me ask you something. If that guy over there had abused or beaten up Mr. Phillips, your dad, and I was going to talk to him, what would you think of me? Where's your loyalty, Blakes? That's what you'd be saying. You abused or beat up my dad. That's what you'd say, right?
Yeah.
So they're just little examples of we're always having the, okay, all right, let things go. But there are things that don't even enter the mind of certain people.
No, I get it.
So it's I don't know, mate. Well, I do know, but that's what I would do.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we covered it.
I'm glad we did, yeah. I wasn't expecting you to.
It's not something that we normally finish on a
happy note.
But we will reflect
what's happening in the world and football. Yeah. It was I think it'd be strange of us not to mention.
No,
it
absolutely.
But I wasn't expecting you to be fair.
Well, there we are.
There we go.
We hear what you say.
Yeah.
That is it. We'll certainly be back at our home. We talked about homes earlier. The University of South Wales Atrium next week with the Rob and Blakey Commentary Box podcast. As you now know, with bells on, we are loud and clear on not just Welsh football, but football. See you then.